What is happening, guys? Buttersbridge here, and welcome to one of my team building episodes. I've decided to build a few silver teams. Basically, I've gone around all the less known leagues. I mean, there are a couple of decent leagues in here as well, but a couple of lesser known leagues and built silver teams. The way I've done this is I go on the database and I've actually just been searching for the in-game stats more than anything else to see who's the best in each position. And the way I do it is I basically look around a decent CDM who's got good standing tackles, good strength, bit of pace obviously, and good at defending, bit of heading. And then I look for a decent cam because I do like long shots with my players. I'll try and find a cam who's got a decent shooting, decent long shot, decent shot power, and then just try and build a team around those two players. So here we are with the first episode, and it is the MLS Silvers. So we'll go straight through to the team, and we'll have a look and see who we've got. So in next we've got Frank Rost, 6'4", pretty decent height, and probably the best guy in his league. He's got, there you go, 80 positioning, 75 reflexes, and 74 handling. Not the fastest, but tends to get the job done. He's the first player. At left back we have got Jair Benitez. Again, decent pace, 83, 68 defending, and 65 headed. To be honest, there wasn't that many options at left back, and he's seen the best one. I think he's got a decent in-game standing tackle. I think it was about 74, 75, something like that. So that's why I stuck him in. At right back, we've got Robbie Russell. Probably know him because he's got quite a high pace to try and keep up with the flying wingers you come up against. 88 pace, tends to stay with as many people as he can. 70 defending and 63 heading. Yeah, not too bad starts there for a right back. That way. At left centre back, we have got the inform Colin. Decent height there, 6'2". Cost me what, 26k. And he's got 70 pace, which is pretty decent for a defender. He's got 77 defending and 87 heading. Bit of a tank at the back. I think some of his in-game stats are quite high in the 90s. Decent standing tackle. Again, there's the sort of stats which I look for in my defenders. So that's why he's in there. And then next to him, I have got Omar Gonzalez. Bit of a heighty guy, 6'5", good at the heading. Only cost me just over 4k. And again, he's got 60 pace, which isn't there or thereabouts for a defender, but 78 defending and 81 heading, which is pretty decent. So that's the defence done. Then we look at a CDM. Don't know if anybody knows this guy, but I think he's absolutely brilliant for a CDM. I mean, he'd be even good as a cam, because his long shots are phenomenal. But yeah, this guy, picked him up for 2,500 coins. He's got 82 pace, which is nice, 75 defending, and 71 heading, and he's also got 69 passing for spreading the balls out. Really good CDM, pretty strong. Shame there's not an informed version of him, otherwise he would be worth a lot, I would say. So that's the CDM. We'll go straight to the left midfield, and there we have got Zakuani, 3,500 coins, 6 foot. He's pretty much just pace, this guy, but there's not much else you can do on the left hand side. There's not that many decent players what I found, but he's 92 pace, 74 dribbling, and he's 64 shooting, but I tend to get him down. I think he's got quite high crossing stats. That's the reason I put him in the team, because when you see some of the strikers, one of them's pretty good in the air. So that's why he's at the left midfield, probably the weakest guy in the team. At right midfield, we have got Darlington Nagbe, another informed player, cost me just under 25k. He's got 89 pace, but he's also got 75 dribbling, 70 shooting, pretty decent on a cutting across the goal long shot. I think he was, let me just check, yeah, he's right footed. He's good at like aiming straight for the far corner when he cuts inside, as long as you hit it with the right foot. So that's why that guy's in there. At cam, it is Freddie Montero, 4,000 coins, bit of a steal in 4-1-2-1-2 formation. He's got 79 pace, 75 shooting, and 77 dribbling. As I say, this is the sort of person, doesn't need to be high paced for me because I like long shots. Got really high shooting. I'm sure his long shots and his shot power are both in the 80s on his in-game stats. So that's why he's in there. Pretty decent player. At left striker, he's actually a new guy I've only just put in, and I'm glad he came out because I was struggling for another striker. It's an informed Fabian Espinola. I think he only came out in form 2 weeks ago. He's left-footed. which is pretty decent. I think I've got the amount of these guys on the wrong side actually last time, but I bought him for 22k. I say I've only played 3 games, as you can see there, but he scored 3 goals. He's got really decent pace, I'd say, 80, he's got 75 shooting, 81 dribbling, and he's got 70 heading. So he's a pretty decent, balanced striker. That's why he's in. And then finally, we have got Alvaro Saborio. I've not played all those games myself, that's some other people, but there you go, he's almost averaging 2 goals a game. This guy, he's absolutely brilliant. Some of his shots are out of this world. For 27k, what can I say? There's his card stats. He's got 78 pace, 75 shooting, he's got 85 heading. He's the reason I've got Zakawani on the left for his crossing. Because this guy, that might be why I've got him on the right hand side actually. Because this guy's crossing over to his head and he's pretty decent in the air. 73 dribbling as well. So what can I say? Pretty decent team. I have got a bench for all these teams which I've done, and I've just basically looked at cover for each position. So I've got a guy called Rimando in the nets there. He's got, again, decent stats, quite high speed actually. Might be slightly better than Ross, some people would say. But yeah, he's in the subs. There's left back, I've got a guy cover for Miller. We can put it left or right back. For the centre back, I've got Jay Demerit. Again, decent defending stats there, decent pace. Another CDM, guy called Beckerman. Again, slightly decent pace, decent defending, and decent heading. He's actually really good. All around stats for a non-rare card. As you'll see for some of my teams, I'm not scared about putting non-rare cards in, because I think some of them are proper hidden gems. I know the term's been used before, but I do think that some of them are really good hidden gems. Coming for right mid, or left mid, I've got a guy called Rosales. Decent pace, decent shooting, decent passing, decent dribbling. He's good for either one. At cam, a guy called Paunovic, I think it's pronounced. Again, decent stats in the 70s there, low 70s like, and 60s. And then this is who I did have as a left striker, was Rogers, but he was just pace and he was rubbish. His shots, I just couldn't seem to get him on target. So I was glad when the inform Espindola came out, so I could put him in the team. So there you are, that's the team. Everybody's in formation, as you can see, 4-1-2-1-2. Didn't cost me that much, I don't think. A couple of players, obviously the informs are quite expensive, but I think I got the whole team for less than 100k, including the subs. So yeah, that's the team. Hope you enjoy, and you're going to see some footage now of what they're like in the game. Speak to you later.
Oh, they've got another one. Well, would you? Cross coming in now. Oh, the cross came in, but there was no one there. And he's going to shoot. Goal! On a new player. They've scored. Up he went, climbed so Terror. It's a hopeful. Oh, it's the post and stayed out. Oh, it's in there. Well, it's still on the attack with the throw. And he's met it with his head. And it's in! The header! Great goal! It's in the back of the net! Oh, what an opening this is! Oh, it's there! A cracker! Volleyed it. Oh, bang on cue. He's equalised in the nick of time.
So here we are, guys. This team's star man is none other than this guy, Saborio. He's a striker, as you saw before. He's an inform card, and he's just unbelievable. For me, as I always say, long shots maketh the man. And this guy, just watch this one. He absolutely screams out into the top corner, and the keeper didn't even move. That's how good it was. And yeah, he's quite strong in the air, to be honest. He's good on the header. I've not actually got a headed goal. I've hit the woodwork quite a few times, but I didn't fancy putting those highlights into the footage. But yeah, I suggest you go and buy this man anyway and give him a try for yourself. So yeah, there we go. That was my MLS Silvers team, the first out of, I think there's going to be 6 episodes I'm going to plan to do. Sorry it took so long to do an episode. I have been really busy, but I'm going to try and get one out a month at the moment, a week at the moment. So until next time, guys, catch me later and wait for my next video. Goodbye.